Hello, my fabulous Scorpios. Welcome to my channel. I'm Darlene, and I will be doing a reading for you today. I have to check my list. Where am I? Yes, the Scorpio Soulmate reading. All right, so I don't know if you're in touch with this person. You haven't talked to them in ages. I don't know what your situation is, or you're currently in a good relationship with them. I don't know, but we're about to find out what's going on. So I will start with, I'm going to do 2 sets of cards, and I know you can't see the cards. I'll hold them up for you. This will be the deck I'll use for your soulmate, and then I will use a deck for you to see how you're feeling about all this. So here we go. Let's see. Now I'm going to do you first. How are you feeling about this relationship with your soulmate, Scorpio? And I hope you guys are doing fabulously out there. I can't believe that summer is coming to an end here in the Northern Hemisphere. It's actually, we had an uncharacteristically cold, not cold, but cooler day here where I am. But it's pleasant, very pleasant. All right, Scorpio, show me, how are you feeling currently about your soulmate and your relationship with your soulmate? Well, you might not be talking. I've got the High Priestess, and she's pretty darn quiet. But this also says you're trying to listen to your own intuition about the relationship. You have knowledge, but you're keeping it to yourself. That's what the High Priestess does. Ooh, got a whole lot of cards there. Let's see what these all are about. Oh, goodness. You may feel there has been some... Well, now I'm going to read... wait, no. Let me see what else comes out here. Let's see what comes out here for you, Scorpio. And looking like at the bottom of the deck... All right. I don't know if you've, excuse me if I hit my mic. I don't know if you found out something, or there's 2 ways I'm going to read this, because I have multiple groups of you that are here. So this story won't fit for everybody. If it's not your story, check back another time. Excuse me. And my readings are timeless. Some of you could feel that you've been betrayed in this relationship in one way or the other, either literally or in some other way. But now you're saying, you know what, I'm going to focus on me. I know my self-worth. I'm going to focus on nurturing me, finding expansion in my own life. The Empress is all the queens rolled into one, so she knows her worth. She knows who she is. She knows that she's a nurturer, someone who's very giving and caring. So, all right, let's keep going. Yeah, and you feel this relationship has been a very heavy burden for you. This Ten of Wands is in the reverse. This means you're overstressed, you're burned out, I'm at the end, I can't hold this burden anymore. You've lost patience for it. You're like saying, I've been hoping and praying that things would balance out here, and it just hasn't happened. There's clearly an imbalance here in this situation. And very likely it could have to do with some kind of an overindulgence. I don't know if this is on your part or your partner's, but looking at these cards, I would guess your partner's, your soulmate. This 3 of Cups in reverse does not always mean, I want to overindulge it. Let me stop, get my brain in sync with my tongue. It does mean overindulgence. It can sometimes mean there's a third party. Now, to be clear, there's a lot of ways a third party can look. It doesn't always mean another romantic interest. You would know if this is the case and this is another person, you would already know that. This is not a news flash to you. But overindulgence can be drinking too much, could be working too much, could be letting family members or friends interfere in your relationship, could be a health issue, can be any number of things. But you're saying to me, by the look of this, there has been, I just feel like I can't see this relationship going the long term, the distance, so to speak. You're questioning, if not already resolute, that I just think I've invested in this and there's no return here for me. And you're now getting to a point, Scorpio, where you're using your head over your heart here. You're going to cut out the things that don't serve you regarding this relationship. You are truthful, you're honest, and you're getting mental clarity now in this relationship. All right. Let me see if that's, okay, let me get one more card here for you. I think that sums it up, but just in case. Is there one more card for Scorpio here? About how Scorpio feels about this relationship. Here it is, okay. Couldn't have been a more perfect card, judging by the rest of these cards. You're saying, you know what? I have felt nothing, or I am feeling just lack, like I'm out in the cold here, like I've been abandoned. This can also mean financial loss for some of you. Isolation, even insecurity, where this is concerned. Okay, just looking at the bottom of the deck. I think for many of you, you're saying, I'm going to focus on my own security now. I need to go find, or, this is saying, this is what you want. You want to feel secure. You wanted maybe the whole enchilada with this person. This can talk about family and long-term relationships coming together. But you've been at some kind of a crossroads with this person for a long time. Yeah. And there are things that you haven't been able to see. There have been fears and secrets, you're telling me. But underneath all that, you still love this person. Don't tell me you don't. That card's here. I mean, there's a lack of commitment, I think, on your part, and that's how you feel about your person, but you still love them. All right. That's how you feel. Now, let's get over here with your person. Let's see how they are feeling. So how is Scorpio's soulmate feeling about this relationship and about Scorpio? Let's see. How is Scorpio's soulmate feeling? Please and thank you. Y'all, I'm not a particularly fast shuffler, so thank you for your patience. You can fast forward if you like. Okay. They're acknowledging that there's been an injustice here, or that there is injustice here, that there's unfairness here. Okay. Now, for some of you, this person has walked away or is walking away because they feel, now this is interesting, both of these cards can talk about abandonment. So you guys mirroring each other maybe? They are making plans though, they're making decisions, they could be making travel plans of some kind. Oh, I forgot to show you the card. But that's making a choice, looking out at the horizon, making plans. All right, about what? Let's see. What are they making plans about? What else they want to say about this relationship, please? Oh, that is a lot of cards. Really? Oh, that's like half the deck. Could you give me 6 more cards, please, Spirit? Or thereabouts. 6 more cards for my Scorpios. One day y'all all get fancy and have an overhead camera and One day, who knows? Okay, one more. Let me turn the deck over. While you're waiting for me to pull cards, I'd like to remind y'all, if you don't already know, oh yes, thank you for my loyal viewers. Thank you very much for being here. And if you're new here, a very warm welcome. I hope you like what I do here and you'll come back. I'd like to remind you and tell the new viewers that I go live here 2 or 3 times a week on YouTube. And I do mini readings, and so if you'd like a little bit more personal reading for a very reasonable price, please be sure you are subscribed and you've hit your notification bell. Also, I have a long list of other playlists, and I have a long list of deceased loved ones, as I am also a medium. So you might want to go there if you've lost a loved one and see if there is a message for you. All right, let's see now. What does your person want to say here? What else do they want to say? Yeah. Excuse me one second, y'all. They feel it's a missed opportunity. Yeah. Lack of planning, lack of foresight. Yes, a missed opportunity. That's what the Ace of Pentacles in reverse talks about. But they're getting clarity. I'm not sure what they're getting clarity, but it's interesting here. I've got, well, actually I do. 2 cards of getting clarity. The Ace of Swords talks about truth and clarity. Thankfully, it's in the upright. It also can talk about an epiphany or a breakthrough. Your person can also be telling me that they feel insecure in this relationship. The Moon reverse also talks about things coming to the light, things being revealed or illuminated. Now, they are saying, and I'm looking over here at your side, so the only cups you have, well, I don't count the Temperance card, is the 3 of Cups in reverse. So that's not particularly happy. That's not a warm fuzzy for me. But over here, your person is saying, I have love for you, Scorpio. This is the King of Cups. Well, you couldn't ask for a better, well, you might ask for the 2 of Cups, but I'm very happy to have this card in terms of it, as it represents love for you. This is someone who's emotionally balanced. They're compassionate. They are empathetic. Wow. But, so I feel like this person is saying they have love for you, but I also have to acknowledge that this could be saying this is how they feel about you. In other words, they feel you are this King of Cups. So, yeah, I know. And I'm leaning that direction because of the card that came out next to it, which is the Page of Cups. This can mean your person feels they know they owe you an apology about something, but it has not been forthcoming. It can also mean this person is emotionally immature or just plain emotionally unavailable, and they're acknowledging that. Insecurity even. Now, at the bottom of their deck, they have the Devil in reverse. This is anything, the Devil represents anything that's holding you back from being your best version of you. It can be, it's kind of a sliding scale. It can be anything from a lack of confidence to an actual physical addiction. Anything, but it typically is even if it's an addictive behavior, it's destructive. Now, this Devil, thankfully, is in the reverse. This says I'm being released from something, or I am, or they're acknowledging they, how do I want to say this? that they were toxic, and they understand if you're releasing them, if you are indeed releasing them. Now, what's interesting is I don't have on either side of this equation, I don't have the breakup cards. That's what's interesting here. So many of you may still be in a relationship with this person, but they're acknowledging that they need to release something, or they have been, or in the process of releasing something that is toxic in their life. This can be, like I said, limiting beliefs of some kind as well. Now, they are saying, I've had grief about this. I've had regret and disappointment, even the understanding that this is a loss, but I'm starting to find acceptance for that now, Scorpio, whatever this is. I'm finding acceptance for that. I think your person also wants to say, I didn't want to change. This is somebody who's resistant to change, or resistant to an ending. There's another way I could read that, but typically for me, the Death card means change, stagnation, in other words. They could be living in the past too much. In other words, holding on to memories and things from the past too much, to the point that it's not healthy. In the upright, this is nostalgia and fond memories, but when it's in the reverse, it can be, like I said, too much of living in the past with something. Yeah, I think your person is just, it's like they've lost, they're kind of wallowing in a lack of confidence, a lack of strength, insecurity. That's the word I'm looking for, insecurity. Oh my goodness, and look out here. You have the Five of Pentacles in the upright. They now have it in the reverse. It's a lot of mirroring over here. This says they want to come in out of the cold. They're out here in the cold. You might have kicked them out, Scorpio, I don't know. Or you might not be talking to them. I'm looking. I don't have cards of either strong communication or a lack of it. I don't have strong cards of a breakup. I don't. It's just, so this could apply to many different situations. This can also, for some of you, talk about needing to recover from some kind of a financial loss. And this might have been whatever this loss was, but now it can be, for me as a reader, the Five of Pentacles in a love relationship talks about wanting to come back in to the relationship, in other words. Now this Tower is in reverse. For me, either that's saying the Tower has already happened between you two, or it's an internal Tower from them. This could be even a wake-up call for them of some kind. But it speaks of transformation also, like the Death card, and needing to transform something. When there is change needed and the person's not willing to make that change, this is the universe stepping in and creating that change, tearing down that tower so that it can be rebuilt on solid ground. Because your person is not happy right now. They are not happy. They're looking at their options, considering what their options are. Here's another card of I can't see clearly and I'm not happy. Yes, now they have the Three of Cups in the upright on their side. Interesting. In the upright, it means it can talk about friendships and celebration. But that's followed by the Lovers in reverse. This can mean I made a bad choice. For me as a reader, this talks about I made a choice in love and it wasn't a good one. So now I've got all this disharmony and imbalance in my life. Wow, Scorpio. All right, let me see this. What do I want to do here? I will pull maybe just 3 quick cards to see, find this deck here, what the potential outcome for you is right now. What is the potential? And I'm using the small lights here. What is the potential outcome here, please, for my Scorpios and their person? Okay, I got way more than 3. Some of you feel that starting over might be like you're afraid. This would be reckless. I don't want to start over, judging by your energy over here. And I don't know who's who here. I'm just saying, you'll know if this is you. Because somebody here might have been either too self-centered, self-absorbed, even a little greedy and materialistic, while the other person might have been too cold, too much head over heart. Or these two could be saying, I'm cutting this out. I don't want this behavior or this person. I can see that clearly now that's not what I want, and I'm cutting this out. And I'm walking away. I am walking away toward my nine of cups, which is personal fulfillment. And speaking of, and it's down here. And this, now here's a tower. This is going to cause a tower. Or this could be present tense. Again, I had the tower over here. So you might be having this discussion right now. In other words, if you don't stop this nonsense, I'm walking away, is basically what some of you are saying. Yeah, because I'm going toward what makes me happy. I want to be happy, and I'm tired of this. I'm tired of feeling overwhelmed. I'm tired of feeling like I'm juggling. And here, I'm hearing juggling emotionally, really. For many of you, this has been juggling your emotions. And you're saying, I want to find balance. I want to find balance and harmony in my life. Yeah, so I'm going toward my own personal victory. Whatever that looks like for you individually. Now, there may be communication. And you may either be communicating this to your person or vice versa. But somebody here now is saying, I want justice. I want to balance these scales. Remember this, your person had the justice card in the reverse. You may be saying, I'm going toward what makes me happy because I want things balanced. And very possibly that has not been the case. Wow. I know that's kind of a cliffhanger, but not really. Not really. And it's not telling me if you're wanting this person back or not. I know there's still love there. I can see that on your side. But maybe you just are at a crossroads here regarding what each of you needs. In other words, what your personal needs are and what your love language is, and can that even come together? I feel a little bit of that energy with this Two of Pentacles. It's like you're both kind of juggling this situation. It's like literally up in the air right now is what this feels like to me. Your relationship is literally up in the air. Yeah, I think you're both... I feel you both are hoping for this balance and harmony and a victory. And maybe you're both also willing to talk about this and communicate about this and try to find justice here. I feel that's a possibility. I wish I had the Star card. But somebody needs to take action here, and I'm just not seeing action cards. I'm not seeing action cards. So this is your current check-in. It doesn't mean this can't change tomorrow, Scorpio. This gives you, this is just a little snapshot of where things sit for the people that find this particular video. But again, it's not telling me the future. Don't think that this is forever. It's just a little snapshot of what's happening right now for you and your person. And I hope this helps. I hope it gives you a little bit of insight. Maybe some clarity on the situation about how your person's feeling. So, Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I hope to see you soon. Many blessings.